guys passed into the winter months now. You're in what is equivalent to December.
And it is cold where we are going, so we are going to...
It was already getting cold because of the seasons, but yeah, now that you're in the north and like at the base of the mountain range, yeah, it's really cold up here.
So, I guess I turn to them, the group, and I say, "So, Commander, you think we should go get some warm clothes?"
Warm clothes?
Warm clothes, because, you know, we're in a cold area. I'm sure this armor's not going to keep me warm.
Maybe we can stop by a general goods store for supplies.
Alrighty. And now we're at the gate. Now what? We go in on...
We already entered. We were inspected.
We were inspected?
I remember being inspected, and then we entered.
Huh.
In the guise of merchants or traders. That really had nothing to trade.
I tend to forget how we get into places.
We snuck in.
Things sort of just, you know, happen. Alright, so we look for a general goods store.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're looking for a general goods store because we're cold.
Bruford's got a fur coat.
Bruford ain't here.
Hands on!
He's still on a boat.
Hello, my name is Inigo Boya. You killed my father.
You don't know that quote?
You killed my father.
Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
Everything.
Oh, what's it called?
I don't know. That quote's really vague.
It's from The Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, man.
Don't you know The Princess Bride?
Oh.
Shut the front door.
Like I send him a link, he'll probably understand if he sees the video of it.
Why me?
Because if I search it while I'm recording, it'll pick up the audio.
I'm just oogling this.
Okay.
No, I did not see The Princess Bride. 1987.
It's a classic.
Yeah, you think I was born that year? No.
It is a classic.
Oh, hey, it's got Andre the Giant.
Yep. It's got Andre the Giant. It actually does a really good acting job.
Ooh, I did not watch it.
You should. Like I said, it's a classic.
What the fuck is that?
It's very fun.
Oh, is that Red Dot Bruford?
Where?
Or is that Proxana?
Probably Proxana?
Yeah, he's in like the... He's near like where the 7 is.
It's probably Prox.
6, 5, 10, 3, 11,
75 health, holy shit.
7...
Yeah, he has the equivalent of Bruford itself.
No, I think I see him, and yeah, that must be him. I know the image of Bruford was over by 9 for a long time.
Wait, I think it's still by 9. Oh yeah, there he is.
Just chilling out.
Back.
No. That's the memory of Bruford.
Yes.
Oh.
That's his shadow.
That's where we last saw him.
Oh, I knew I forgot something.
Got on the boat, forgot your friends, forgot your gold, forgot everything, and left your shadow.
9. Hold on, I gotta check how much gold I actually brought with me.
Probably none.
No, I've got. Yeah, I got 103.
Good job.
Better than nothing.
How much gold did we spend in one day?
Depends. Like, he's one person. We're a group, so we have a bigger spending.
Well, I have 1,000 gold sitting in the bank.
Wow, he's so rich, man.
I hope it doesn't disappear after we kill the final boss.
Yeah. Like last time.
Yeah.
Frick that. That sucked. Hey, let's leave the zone. Oh, there goes all our buddies.
Everything that has the face of a vampire just disintegrates.
Oh no.
Ooh, the Darkest Dungeon has an update. Guess I'll put that in my queue.
Okay. It takes you. Ron, who's looking for the general goods store?
We all are.
Just keeping an eye out.
We're
Well, it doesn't matter who, but someone roll an investigation check.
Somebody smarter
I
do
opt
it.
out. Not me.
It's Janus.
Oh dear.
You seem to be the smartest among all of us.
Oh,
Or
counts.
at least better chance.
Investigation!
Hit him with that clock spike, baby. First clock spike of the year.
It should have been me. I have a +2.
Good start.
None of us have proficiency in that.
10. All right. I'll say it takes you guys the better part of about half the
How
day.
many times do we pass the store?
Right.
None.
Just start looping around. I swear it's here somewhere.
Yeah, you guys start asking around, and takes you a good half a day.
So like 6 hours walking around in a wagon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do they have like a place where we can park the wagon and the horses?
Eventually, you are pointed off to the Lotharn General Goods Store.
Oh, no, not Ulaanbaatar.
Who wants to go in first? You know what? Ishmark, Irina, how are you for clothes? Are you warm?
Oh yeah, we're all good. You know,
Alright, you guys can stay out and watch.
we've been up here quite a few times. So
Alright, you guys watch the cart. We'll go in and get some warm clothes.
have fun with that.
Shopping, yay.
Can't say I really need any warm clothes. I got robes, and I make fire with my hand.
Trust me, you never know what might come down to it, right? So, I guess Tarani and I walk in and ask the shopkeeper if he's got warm clothes. And I'm assuming that Praxis and Sir Jane is coming too.
Yeah, might as well check out the store, see what they got.
Eric.
Go.
Prax, remember?
Oh yeah.
I would say you can walk in if you wish, but Prax is already outfitted for the cold weather.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for the concern there, comrade. I am fully clothed in the winter warfare.
Good to hear, friend.
Okay.
We still have to talk
Go
about that
inside the
accent of
store.
yours one day. It's so
So you guys head into the store.
Yes.
I see a fairly heavy set man behind the counter, a human. And yeah, he's just kind of like cleaning the counter at the moment.
Oh, by the way, while we were looking around the town for the store, is this a mainly human populated area or is there a mix?
It does seem mainly human.
But I have seen a smatterings of elves and whatnots around.
Yes.
Okay. Good day, sir. We're here to purchase some supplies.
Customers. Well, how are you lot doing?
Cold.
Quite well. Cold.
So, supplies, you say?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I can get you. What would you like?
Something to fit
Do you have
under this
any
armor to
good
keep me warm.
Yeah, good pieces of cloaks, perhaps.
All right. Well, we have plenty of robes in stock for fairly cheap.
We'll take. How many are we that needs cloaks and whatnots?
3 at the moment.
3, 4. Yeah, three cloaks and socks.
Do you have long johns? So, like I said, something that I could put under the armor.
Sure. It's sad to say with all that, you're looking at around 4 gold.
Each?
No, total.
Oh.
It's a hefty price.
Wait. For all the cloaks and the socks and whatnot?
Yes.
Okay.
You think we should buy
I think
some
that's a
rations?
bargain.
Shush. You think we should buy some rations there, Commander?
My friends, I think
We've
we should
already
buy
bought
some. I
Ration.
think we should buy some extra socks in case for like our hands.
We have socks.
Kurg, I don't think there's any rations left. I think the storekeeper ate them all.
I'm sure you did not mean that, sir.
Are you sure?
My friends speak not very well. Guys, what are you doing?
What do you mean not well? I talked very normal.
Jeez.
It is you that has the
By
accent.
the gods.
Well, maybe it's just my erotic voice after Mama always makes that blukashaka.
Okay, how about I give you 10 gold and we forget you ever saw us?
The whole
Yes.
thing is for 4 gold, right? Why are you giving him 10?
For him to forget he ever met us.
Jeez. See, this is why you should never greet somebody with rudeness. So you don't have to pay 10 gold to say sorry.
Now,
But we didn't do anything wrong.
do you know any places nearby for a good night's rest?
Yeah, just kind of looks down. Looks back at you guys. Haven't been here too long to know.
Oh, you're new in town as well. How many years?
About half a year.
Half a year.
Don't really
Have-
travel much.
Have you heard of any going-ons around town?
Some of the Pale Guard here found blood upon the grave markers at the cemetery, but that's about it.
Any problems going around in town?
Yeah. Can't say there's nothing been, weird or different. It's been quite quiet.
So no news of like cultists and any
Any mentions of
raising of the
any
dead.
mentions of dragons?
No, can't say I've heard of any of that.
Do you have any temples around Whitestone? I cannot hear you.
Temples, aye.
Oh, there we go.
The temple to Pelor would be what you're looking for.
Oh, there's a temple of Pelor.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the town?
Any more about what?
Just in general. Aside from knowing about your store, we have.
Well,
This is our first visit here.
the Dawn Father himself has given us plenty to work with over the past centuries. After the Derolos died out.
Derolos.
Stop. Yes. After dying out, we have had continued success under the Stark family. We are one of the most highly advanced and defensible cities on the continent.
Oh, really? What
Yes.
contributed to that advancement in technology?
The more advanced members of the Pale Guard carry these. They call them firearms.
Firearms.
We have seen things that would fit that description.
Aye.
Was it
They have
just something Bigfoot was looking for?
They have kept tight-lipped on it with the Derolos' deaths and their inability to control whether they get stolen or not.
Why?
So now that duty falls to the Starks.
Ah,
Hey, Commander. Isn't it too bad Bruford isn't here? I'm sure he'd be very
I was
happy
about
to
to
hear
say,
about this sort of thing.
but he did say that these are under lock and key.
Yes, but you know
It's
him.
not something acquirable by just asking and buying.
You know him. He would not hesitate to attempt.
Does your friend have an affiliation with fire?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he does.
How do you know this?
Oh, you've been telling us quite interesting stories. He sounds like a fun guy.
He also had a tendency to blow himself up.
Yes. I mean, he does not
Imposters.
do it on purpose.
He's been knocked out more times than anyone I've ever met in my life. And I was a soldier.
But the good thing about Bruford is he always gets back up.
Yeah.
He's knocked out. Thank you for your time and information and supplies, sir. We'll be heading out
And did he
now.
tell us where there was an inn?
Oh, did he?
Nope.
Nope.
Where's the nearest inn?
Told you didn't know.
Oh. Where's the nearest person
Yeah.
that could tell us where the nearest inn is?
The nearest
Ask
person.
around town.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you very much. Here's the gold. Thank you for the clothes. Have a good day, sir.
Bye-bye.
Give me a favor and calm down on those cupcakes, sir. and I walk out.
Wow.
Bruford face palms and follows.
I just giggle on the way out too.
Be off on
Did
the
I call
porridge.
myself Bruford? I keep calling. Did I call him? Am I calling myself Bruford?
Yeah, you did.
Kurg.
No.
Kurg.
Friends, you talk about Bruford quite a bit.
Yes, he is here.
Whatever happened to him?
We told you the story,
Die.
remember?
Oh,
He's out at sea looking for firearms when he could have gone here.
You must have heard us speak about him being still
Oh.
on a boat in the scrying we did on him.
right. I did forget about that.
Dwarves will be dwarves.
Sounds like when he returns in due time, he will become even stronger.
That we will have to see.
If anything, he might come back not as strong as he once was.
Malnutrition, that's the worst thing to see.
Malnutrition, lack of training, being on the ocean so there's scurvy.
Sturdy.
Too bad he didn't have old Mama's bush hot. Sue is
He's what? You're what?
filled the bellies.
Thomas what?
It's cabbage stew with a loaf of bread. It's great out in the winter wilderness. It's great stuff.
I see. You have such weird things from where you're from.
Have you ever tried pan-fried boar meat? It's quite delicious.
Oh yes, will definitely make you grow strong muscles and a very high dose of testosterone. To make a man out of anyone.
It's good with a side of ostrich eggs.
Ostrich?
Yes. You don't see them very often, but when you're in the army, sometimes one slips through.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I don't
I'm talking
either.
about bacon and eggs.
Oh. What the heck?
Fried boar meat, bacon.
So, are we now looking for somewhere to like to sleep
I
or
assume
something?
this is all going on outside the shop, so Taran, are you going to be
Yes.
looking for, or talking to passersby, asking them, well, we're talking about bacon and eggs.
Yeah, probably.
Anyone that doesn't agree is a little bitch.
Wow.
It just doesn't work, Suka.
Kansas City Chiefs to start this game the way that they started, all the problems to come out of that
It is delicious.
after the fumble by Hunt and then take
Have you ever tried dire rabbit?
So you guys trying to find the inn?
Yep.
She
Yes.
is, we're not.
I mean, yes.
we're off our own roll.
They're just like talking about something.
We're like following her.
Okay. You're able to track down. You're able to track down someone pretty fairly easily, just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And he tells you that there's one actually nearby, just like a block or two down the road, and it's called the Black Trident.
Black Trident.
Sounds lovely.
Do we hear anything else around town, like rumors, gossips, whatnot?
Well, not too much, 'cause there's not that many people in this city for like how large it is. So it's not as busy. It's not near as busy as Iman. You don't really hear anything there. It's actually fairly quiet. Just like the hustle and bustle of people moving around, just kind of talking amongst themselves, but nothing about anything of interest.
Okay.
So you think tomorrow we should start wandering the city to see if we recognize a place where everyone knows the name of the man with the X?
That is your. Yeah, sure.
That's why we're here.
Uh-huh.
I want to find that X.
All right, what's up?
We're gonna take the night, sleep, and then in the morning probably go look from tavern to tavern for one that we can recognize. Or better yet, we can scry for the guy tonight.
You guys don't know if it was a tavern they were at.
Oh, my guy's assuming.
It was just a building.
So we can scry tonight and then go straight out looking for him, or we can scry in the morning, go straight out looking for him. What do you think, Commander and Irina?
Yeah, that would be good.
T-shirt.
Scry. I don't have the materials
No,
for
but
it.
Irina has been our scry lately, so I was figuring she could do it.
I'm actually very curious about the cemetery and why there's blood in it.
Sounds like a hint of necromancy, if you ask me.
Necromancers, when will they ever learn? Should not mess.
They are dangerous spellcasters.
Should not mess with magics you know nothing of. The dead should remain dead. And I really hope we don't ever fight a vampire again.
That's for, you know, undead is universal.
Yeah, I hate vampires.
So what time of day is it now?
Probably nighttime, I would assume.
I'd say it's about 6 p.m.
I'm gonna go to the cemetery.
I'll join you.
I'll go with them.
Yeah, Praxana will go too. Oh, well, can I even do anything, or just do
You
voices?
can still fight, but I think the DM rolls for you.
Okay.
Still like normal.
I just do the rolls. You can still explain like where you're going to attack with or whatever. I mean, I think he only has like a short sword. He has a short sword.
Okay.
Which isn't bad. Short swords are actually pretty good when you're dex based.
Yeah, it's pretty good considering he has the stats of creature instead of a PC, which is better because that means he gets 2 dice rolls instead of 1 for a weapon.
Yeah.
He gets like 2d6 or something.
Sense because I fight right like Russian bear.
What is this?
Oh man.
Okay, so
Listen,
all right, so you guys are who's going to the cemetery?
Yep.
All of you?
Yep.
Okay.
Except for we're gonna leave Ishmark and Irina back because we are sure we can do this.
Yeah,
without them.
They're just kind of chilling out, walking around town, getting to see people they haven't seen in a while.
And also get the lay of the land so that when we go searching for the dude.
Oh man, you could have just asked your party where that inn was.
Maybe. Oh well.
All right, so you guys.
Do we have a map of Whitestone?
Nope.
Oh.
You guys talk to a few people around town and talk to some of the Pale Guard as well, and they point you off to the eastern block of the city, just on the outskirts, to a place called the Grayfield, which is the local name for the graveyard. It harbors generations and generations of Whitestones buried dead, and watched over and respectfully maintained by the priest of the city, by the priest of Pelor. There's a number of mausoleums there when you get there and see them, and they house the past noble families through the last generation of lost Arolos were not recovered following the rule of the Briarwoods. Elements of necromantic desecration still linger within the Greyfield, and the Pale Guard are ever vigilant at night to quell any unresting dead that occasionally claw their way to the surface. You see two distinct sections of mausoleums. One for the buried dead of the founders, the founding house of the city, the Derolos, and the current reigning house, the Starks.
And which one was the blood found in or around?
You do not know.
I suggest we go to the Derolos, Commander.
Sure.
Start from the past.
Is it okay? Do we see the priest that's taking care of the graveyard?
There are none currently here right now, as it is too late. You just see the Pale Guard watching over the graves.
Okay. Well, we go and search for bloodied gravestones. Sorry.
It is quite a large graveyard, so you will be searching for.
How about we split up?
Sure.
But not split up to the point where, we're miles apart. I mean, like, one per row and go down rows kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We could ask one of the Pale Guards.
That could work too.
See, this is why Sejanus would let us split. He's the smarter guy.
He's also the charismatic one, so he should be the one that asks.
Yeah, that is true.
So there's a Pale Guard nearby, right?
So you guys are gonna split up then?
We're gonna go talk to a Pale Guard, if there's anyone around.
Okay.
I gesture for Sir Janus to take the lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach one of the guards.
Okay.
Approach the gods.
He gives you a nod as you approach.
Hello there, sir. We've come forth to investigate the graveyard. We've been hearing certain rumors about blood being in one of the crypts or something like that.
Yes. 3 consecutive nights now. And no indication of where it came from or even why. They've since stopped, for the moment at least, but citizens were concerned that an investigation needed to be conducted, so we were sent here.
Yes, we are also very curious adventurers ourselves, and we have a suspicion of that there might be necromancy involved. Well, I have the suspicion that that might be the case, and we're just wondering if we are able to go into these crypts and investigate.
No. Any kind of digging up of bodies is strictly forbidden, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, then. You're free to go about your business. We'll be keeping a close eye on you, though.
Thank you. And could you point me into the direction of the where most of the disturbances have been coming from?
Of course. Let's see here. Hmm. Just making sure I get my years right for if you visit a certain tomb or certain tombs. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Hmm. Alright, this is gonna be difficult. I gotta do some math.
Math.
Math sucks.
But it's also like most useful thing ever.
Sometimes it just doesn't add up.
Very funny.
Subtract yourself from this conversation.
It's getting worse.
I add to the conversation with puns.
Stop now before you divide us. No. I'm sorry. Oh dear.
Let's see. Put that into your 180. Yeah, why not? Nice. Calculator.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, yeah, it kind of points in the direction. You guys look where he's pointing. Right there at the beginning of the Stalk Mausoleum.
We go over to the Stark Mausoleum.
Okay.
I should write this down.
As you guys like go up to it, it's not too flashy, not too like just like your standard mausoleum. Kind of small though for a lot of history and dead people to be inside. It does have the crest of white stone above their mausoleum door. It's got like it's got the symbol of Pelor above it. Then there's like there's this tree in the middle that looks like it may be from your vision or your scrying, I should say. And then below it has 6 stars.
Do I know what that means?
The stars?
Uh-huh. No, like the whole symbol. With the
Oh,
sun.
yeah. It's the crest of Whitestone.
Oh, the crest of Whitestone. Tree with 6 stars under it.
Yeah.
No?
Well, now that we're in front of this place, I'd like to cast this. Basically detect magic, but yeah, I can cast it at will without expending a spell slot.
You cannot. No, you cannot sense anything.
Can I?
But you also know that the spell is being blocked by the stone in front of you.
Ah.
Can we look around for like any buttons? Hidden walls. Hidden doors.
Sure.
Help me, somebody.
To do what now?
Look for buttons and what?
I'd like to look for hidden
Into the
walls.
doors. Investigation. Ooh!
I will assist, I guess.
Nah, you're looking for hidden walls. I'm looking for buttons.
Do I find a hidden wall?
Ooh.
No hidden walls.
Oh.
What about like any specks of blood, spatters, or like smears that we see around? And does it lead anywhere?
You don't see any blood, but there is a button near the door.
Oh, I press the button.
I step away.
The button simply opens the door in front of you.
Is this towards inside the mausoleum?
Yes.
Okay. I cast what's this spell? I forgot the spell.
Detect
Detect
good evil.
evil and good from my shield.
Okay.
Before we step in.
Let's see. They're all dead bodies, so they're not undead.
Nope.
So no, you don't sense anything.
Okay, good. But I still keep concentration on it.
Okay.
How many crypts are
So-
inside?
You notice now the reason why it is so small is because there are stairs going down.
Oh. Is it a tomb?
Yes, it's like a mausoleum. Yeah, it's like a tomb for everyone, for all of the family. Just like the Derolos know because the Derolos mausoleum looks bigger from the outside, so you can suspect that their mausoleum is above ground.
Well, at least it wasn't bigger on the inside, because then I'd be scared.
Do we see any blood? Blood spatters or smears anywhere?
None yet. You haven't gone downstairs.
Well, before we do, I'm gonna cast Armor of Shadows, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
How dark is it? Is it pitch dark, or can we just see normally?
Yeah, the farther you try to look down, it gets darker. There's a faint light at the end of the darkness.
Okay, so are we ready to go in?
Guess so.
Guess so. What about you, Tax? You afraid of the dark? Did we bring Pax along?
Yeah, you did. Like you said.
Oh, okay.
Prax, my friend with the accent, are you there?
No.
Yes, friend. What is up?
We are going down a dark staircase. Will you be okay, seeing as you do not have dark vision?
Who here has dark vision besides myself?
Everyone,
Okay.
Do I have any do I have a torch?
Prax does have a torch, yes.
Oh, don't worry, friend. I
Prax
do
knows,
not.
Prax
I-
knows he doesn't have dark vision, so he carries one at all times.
Don't worry, friend. I do not fuck up. I have torch.
He's been in plenty of dark places before.
oh
You
my.
have torch, or do you have touch?
I have torch.
Well, just don't torch me.
You confuse me, young man.
Oh, don't pass gas. It is very. It's not good if you pass gas in front torch. It burns your
Well,
ass.
then it is quite good we do not have Buford here.
Just like
Did you say it?
what?
Did you say it bones your ass?
It burned your ass. Just like hot potatoes and minced meat falling onto your shorts. It is not a great feeling.
Have you had that experience before, friend?
Yes. My wife, she spilled hot potatoes and mincemeat all over my shorts. I got off my chair and I said, "Oh, beach, you fucked up now."
Oh. I can't get over. I have a feeling some kind of stereotype would get worked in there somewhere. Oh, beach. Like, what the fuck? You fucked up now. Like, what?
I feel like that could go in a really bad direction, so let's continue down this hallway.
Hot damn.
Before anybody gets triggered.
Wasted good potatoes and meat that day. It wasn't a great day.
Do you know how like a phobia of potatoes and minced meat?
On his minced meat.
Oh, it's a great breakfast. Like after well, you know, like every morning I usually get up at around 7 o'clock and brush my teeth, and then I have potatoes and mincemeat for breakfast.
Is dental
It
hygiene
is,
a thing in this
healthy.
time?
I hope so.
Yes, but only by like rich families or nobles.
Okay.
Does
I-
that mean we haven't been brushing our
It's
teeth?
a
then?
good chance we're using cloths for toothbrushes and no toothpaste.
Damn it. All in times.
With these pearly whites, this is how I picked up my sixth wife. He was okay.
Praxis spent like the bulk of his self-stored money over his time to buy only the best dental hygiene,
And wives.
which is very expensive in this time.
And wives.
She was the number one prostitute
Oh my God.
in Kyrgyzstan. Best.
I start heading off ahead of everybody down the stairs.
Good thing Ishmael and Irene are in here.
Oh, jeez.
I can't imagine the smack on the head that Praxton received.
Kurg is so done with this conversation.
We head down the stairs.
Okay. You guys. It's about 15, 20 feet before you hit the bottom, and there are, like, you know, sconces on the walls. Dimly lit, though. And you are among many, many, many tombs of dead people. Just some like real basic stone. All the columns and walls, tombs.
Any names that stand out that I would probably know of? No.
Do you like just kind of skim over all the names here?
Yeah.
No. Some of the nameplates are desecrated, so you can't actually tell who they are.
Like, in what manner is it desecrated?
Like, it's just kind of like beaten off. Like, someone took like either like a warhammer or some kind of weapon to it, and you just can't read it because it's not there anymore.
Oh my.
Like
They
it looks like there
beat
was
them.
something there, but not anymore.
Anything you see, guys?
Do we see anything?
Oh, practice on a roll for something. I don't
What is Prax looking for? Like what specifically?
Oh wait, what?
What is Prax looking for?
I guess. Never mind.
Huh?
I was just doing a general check, but if it wasn't really.
Oh, a general
Like-
check. Okay. Roll a d20 plus 3
I'd like to do a check to see
because he's not proficient.
if this place has been disturbed by anyone other than us. Like
Oh, you guys. Oh yeah,
dust,
because
footprints.
if you're following Tarani around, you can see like the desperation.
Oh, so it's like very clear that people have been here.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's like stone. I mean, you can't really tell how long since the stone's been like knocked off. I mean, yeah, it's clearly some stone has been knocked off the nameplate.
Can
So
I maybe do a survival check to see how the dust has settled, or how much dust has settled, to see how
Sure.
long it's been there?
Any footprints as well? Like tracks of
Yeah, tracks, footprints,
Oh, I really suck at this.
dust on things.
You kind of run your hand across your finger across one of the tombs. It's not like caked on dust. It's like probably most of the tombs have like 3-week-old, 2-week-old dust. The floor itself is actually the floor itself is very clean. Being that the Pale Guard oversees the graveyard, they might clean up the mausoleums every day or every other day. So the floor is actually very clean here.
Oof.
Nothing really catches your eye, Prax. You're not really. Prax isn't the type to study things for very long unless they're bleeding at his feet. But from his short time of actually looking for stuff, there's nothing besides the blatant desecration. There's nothing too out of place here. Prax does find the dry blood though, that is sitting all the way at the end of the mausoleum, or crypt, I should say.
Can I check to see how old the blood is, maybe?
So you can go over to Prax and see.
Prax, comrade. How old do you think the blood is?
Prax, comrade.
It is. Actually, how old is it?
You can't tell. Prax actually can't tell how old it is.
Can I do a roll to see?
I don't know. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What would the roll be? Another survival or an investigation?
Because I was gonna rub my finger on the blood stain.
You can roll a survival check.
19.
Hard to tell since it is pretty dry. But being that it is dry, it's definitely a few weeks old at this point.
This is old blood, friends.
This blood is very flaky. It is not good for investigation.
There's a besides the blood, the blood is on the wall near the nameplate. There's also some more like as you're looking around the blood at the stone, there's some more blood on the inside of the the inside of the wall, inside of the column wall between the column itself and the tomb, in one of the alcoves. That blood is fairly more recent, as the color hasn't. It's not browned yet. It still has that red color in it.
How much blood is there?
It's just a splattering.
I see.
Is there any way to see maybe, I don't know, if the blood was from something living or something dead?
That'd be hard to tell.
Because, like, typically speaking, blood that was from something that would be like a corpse probably would be coagulated, depending on how bad or how old the body was. Maybe not even bleed at all. Or the weight of which it was splattered along the wall. Older blood would have been low and darker. Fresh blood would be.
Oh yeah, you can't tell.
Okay.
I'd like to do a magic check, like Arcana, if there's anything odd around.
Okay.
Oh,
You can't really tell.
that's
I
pretty
guess. Could I roll for something to see if I can smell like any fresh blood?
What are you?
From No, I mean like a dead body.
I look for hidden walls.
Okay.
That is Bruford's job.
I look for hidden doors.
Oh. Wait, when did I roll a 14 for investigation?
Frick if I know.
Walls.
I might as well look as well. Investigation.
Jeez, we're not finding nothing today.
What does the place smell like? Because I'm expecting this place to smell like dead bodies.
Musty. Not too much like dead bodies because all the tombs are covered, or all the coffins are covered.
It's just like stale, dusty.
Yeah, it's like just really stale air because like it seems like the door to the mausoleum doesn't get opened.
I think
But,
the
like,
good
maybe,
description
no.
would be smells like old man.
Like the door doesn't get opened but like a few times a day, and that's only for cleaning.
This place smells like old shack to shed bear skin. It's very musky.
So like your cologne, I assume.
How did you know? It is a great pickup smell for, and especially for my third wife.
Well, after
It
being
was
on the road with
especially
you,
fond.
can't miss that smell, that's for sure.
It is very nice smell. Do you want me to give you like a little piece of like
I'm
some
fine,
cologne? You would finally pick up some like goods, for you. Unless you're into prostitutes.
I am
In
into
that case,
neither.
I can introduce you to
I
my
am
third,
good.
my sixth
Thank you
wife.
so much for the offer.
It's like I said before, she was a #1 prostitute.
You have such bad taste in women.
I am being Russian.
You be rushing into commitments there, buddy.
Oh dear.
My
Some
wife.
flowers. My dog, he has penis like can of Pepsi.
Explodes when no one wants it to?
He's a very spry bulldog. He's a man's best friend.
Wait, what?
It is not what you think.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with you?
We didn't find anything,
Let's move on,
did we?
please.
No, not really.
Oh no.
Well, what shall we do?
We we found no walls. The old blood is dry.
I would like to yell out and say, "Is anyone there?"
No answer.
I see you.
You have no response again.
Just come out.
We're at
We can
the
see you.
how,
You're
how
right
large
there.
is the mausoleum?
Nothing?
I mean,
How-
the crypt.
How large is it?
Yeah.
Can I roll a persuasion for that?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
You're like you speak with conviction that you just know somebody is here, but there's no response.
I was convinced that would
That was a
work.
great. Oh, that was a great waste of a 20 now. Congratulations. Best waste in this campaign.
Hey, if someone was there, they would have stepped out and been like, "How did you see me?"
we're at the end of the mausoleum, right?
Yep.
That's a lot.
Also, the mausoleum is it is quite large because the coffins aren't like double stacked. It's all just like single stack going down.
Nice stack.
I'd like to cast Eldritch Sight again and see if there's anything.
Just almost done with this. Let's see what we got here. That's a pretty cool name. Use that.
What happened? Hello?
Nothing yet.
Oh, okay. So, what are we doing right now?
Like, cast Eldritch Sight to see if there's anything that I can see.
Yeah, I'm just currently doing something.
That's something, man.
Fuck. Okay. Alright. The mausoleum is going back to Tyrannis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are. Alright, so when I said it was quite large, that
what she
is a
said.
lie. It's not as big. It's since it's it's single stack rows and it's single stack rows in there on both sides. It's not actually that. It's not actually that big of a crypt. Just kind of like counting. You count. There are 10 deceased rulers. Or sorry, 9 deceased rulers, with space for the 10th.
Is there anything that different that I can see between the between the graves?
Between the what?
Like, is there any difference between, like, something could have been tampered with or moved or whatnot?
Besides the blood on the end here, and the shattered nameplates of 3 of the rulers. There isn't too much else that has been messed with. It looks like maybe a couple of the crypts have been open, but they're closed in a way to try to throw off the trail. Like they're ever so slightly not lined up to be flush, like most of the other crypts are.
This goes against everything like I believe in, but try and open my crypt that like not flushed the others.
You're gonna try to open it?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna disturb your grave.
Forgive me.
Make a strength check.
I'm not that bad. Just straight.
Yep.
Play!
Oh, hey, look at that.
Da-da-da.
Alright, yeah, with your with great gusto you push the top of which crypt are you doing it to? Or which coffin? Shit.
You know, the one that you said that was not like proper.
Well, there are 2 or 3 of them that are like that.
The middle one.
Okay. Yeah, so you pick out the middle one. The nameplate reads Lucas Stark. You push open the tomb. You see a. Let's see how old. How long ago was this? Ooh. You see a skeletal body that is adorned beautifully with a very nice light blue and gold ceremonial robe with jewels encrusted near the neckline region. He is also wearing several rings on his now bony finger. Necklaces also adorn him, as well as the crown of white stone on his head.
Does he look like he's been like moved or something? Has there been like a spot where there's not much dust or like decay that I can see that there could have been something there, but it's not there anymore?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
Just because investigation is not my strong.
Also, Serjanus. 30 feet in front of you. Let's see. So you're at the back. Which way are you facing for this spell?
I'm facing the end of the mausoleum.
Like looking at the wall?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Detect magic. If you sense magic, you can use your action to see a faint aura. Interesting. Okay. You do sense magic.
Ooh.
Mm.
Do I see where this is?
Yes, hold on. It is directly in front of you on the end wall. There's a faint aura of magic that emanates from this wall. You can tell that it comes from the School of Abjuration, which are mainly for protection.
Interesting. So, people, we have a situation here. There's something magical about this wall in front of us.
What kind of magic?
Should we shoot it?
I believe
Is
it's
it for
protected by
protection?
something. I could dispel it, but it might not work. But it's worth a shot. But we don't know what will
Let
happen.
me try something. I'd like to shoot.
If you have any suggestions,
I'd like to shoot a firebolt at it.
I stand back.
Yeah, I stand back too.
I bust out my weapons.
I prepare my shield in front of me. And shoot a firebolt.
Nice.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
$17. Ooh.
Not a bad roll at all. Two high numbers.
How far away are each of you from the wall?
But like I'm going sideways. Like if the wall was in front of me, I'm going sideways.
I would like to be
25
as far
feet.
from the wall as I can be.
Like, it's a straight shot to the wall. Like, there's no hiding from the wall. It's just a straight shot down.
30 feet away from the wall.
Okay.
I'll go 40 feet.
Yeah, it's about, you can do 40. That's about, like, the extent of the... it's about the... No, it's about 50. Probably about 50, 55 feet is the length of the underground
Yeah,
part.
and 40. Because then I'll have some space behind me if anyone wants to get behind me.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone else?
30 feet.
So,
Yeah,
James?
30 feet.
I'll say about 30 feet with
Okay.
Durrani.
So as you hit the glyph, or as you hit the wall, the firebolt, the glyph activates, exploding cold damage in a area of effect that doesn't seem to affect any of you.
Yeah.
The wall does not blow up, though.
Well, at least we're not dead.
It's also very loud.
Should I do it again?
Oh. Maybe you should dispel the. Is it still there? The seal's still there.
Make an investigation check.
I still got my guidance up. I think.
Yeah, a minute. No. It's been longer than
16.
that.
My Eldritch Sight is still activated too, as well. So.
Oh right, that's up to 10 minutes. Okay, your investigation doesn't matter. In that case, you cannot detect any magic coming from the wall
Okay.
So it's clear?
or anywhere in front of you, for that matter.
I'm not detecting anything, so I think it's clear.
What's everyone's passive perception?
14.
18.
What's yours, Trani?
18.
You start to hear footfalls coming from upstairs.
Uh-oh. I push back the open grave. I just... I push back the lid on the grave.
Oh, did I ever tell you what you saw? Like,
No.
from here? Oh man, my bad. My bad. Okay, going back to that. You could tell that there was it's hard to tell, like, it's hard to tell what's like being like what's being desecrated, I guess, because it's all bone at this point. Like there's no real flesh on it anymore.
But was there like some, you know how like if you have something on top of you and if like something like snow or dust covers it and you take out that
okay. Yeah. You can. There's definitely something missing. Like his hands are in a position where it looks like he would be grabbing something on his chest, but there's nothing there. Like there's like dust on him just from being like old, but there's like an outline of what looks like a sword that's supposed to be on his chest. That his arms are like, that his hands are supposed to be clutching. Like his hands are like clutching something near his neck, like on top of his body. And there's just nothing on his body. It's just his hands are like clutching nothing. And the dust outline looks like it's a sword.
I see. And the footsteps are coming closer, yeah?
Yes. So you go ahead and close it.
No, I just keep it open then.
Okay.
We're gonna be in trouble.
So there are two different sets of footfalls coming down the stairs, and there emerge one of the pale guard you saw earlier, and one of the pale guard that looks quite different in armor set. He looks more heavily armored. The one pale guard that you spoke to only had like studded leather. This one has full plate armor with like gold trim on some of it. It's not very like, it doesn't stand out. It's just kind of there for like, it's there for like a color set, like the color set of the guard.
Is it evening time right now?
Yeah, it's like 6:30.
Okay, so
No, about 7. No, I'd say it's about like, no, because you guys took a few hours to find that fucking place. Because you guys haven't slept yet, right? Or
no,
have
we
you?
haven't.
No. Not
Right, and it took you like half the day to find that. Okay. And then you guys had to get to the graveyard. I'd say it's like 8 o'clock in the afternoon. And like, so yeah, the gold doesn't stand out. It's just like a color set. It's like barely outlines like the breastplate of the plate armor. So they quickly rush down, and the pale guard that's in the plate armor is actually holding is very like long. It's like long weapon that looks like it's constructed out of metal and wood. It's got a, let's see, Leica's the only one that understood it last time on the roll. So Leica, you're the only one that discerns that he is carrying a longer version of the pistol you saw the captain's son have. To everyone else, it just looks like he's carrying this weird wood and metal weapon. You guys can't quite discern
weird metal rod
what it does. Kurg and Sejane is like, you guys know, it looks familiar. It looks like the captain's son's weapon, but it's very different in its construction.
And Praxis is just like, the frick is that?
Yeah, Praxis has no fucking clue. He's like baffled by this weapon, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't really give a fuck.
He really doesn't.
Yeah, his personality, he doesn't give a fuck.
Eric.
It is it's a children's plaything. That Bliat has no idea what he's up against.
So yeah, the other guards like run down and see you guys and see this like remnants of the cold glyph that just exploded at the end of the hallway, and the tomb there, kind of really ajar at this point, fully
Come
open.
to think of it, wouldn't a rifle sort of look like someone was holding a warhammer backwards to somebody who didn't know what it was?
Not really.
Kind of, but it's long. Yeah, kind of actually.
So yeah,
Yeah.
to
I
Praxis,
don't
he's
know.
holding a backwards warhammer.
That's weird. Yeah, it's clearly an idiot to Prax. Yeah, so the guards, they look at all this going on, they take a quick look at the scene, and they look at you guys.
Good evening.
What is going on? Not so good now. What is going on here?
Whatever do you mean, sir?
I can see that the glyph back there on the wall has been triggered, and one of you has opened one of the tombs.
Did we?
So you know of this glyph. This wasn't set here by stragglers.
No, this was set here by us
Oh.
to prevent any more desecration to the last remaining, last dead that were buried here.
Oh. Well, I'm terribly sorry we set it off. We were under the impression that there was something behind it that we needed to get to. And you're saying that it
No.
is nothing behind it?
There's nothing behind it.
I walk over to the wall and I'd like to knock on it to see if I hear an echo. See if it's hollow behind it.
Make a perception check. Oh man, it's pretty solid.
Ooh.
Like you knock all over the wall and like listen back, and there's nothing.
Yep, there's nothing behind this wall. Well, if you'd like to cast that,
yes.
we'll be getting going, and I hope you enjoy
No,
your
no,
evening.
wait. You
No,
didn't
excuse
tell
me.
them
I would
about
like to know
the-
why the tomb has been opened.
Yes, did you know that something's been missing in this particular this grave?
What do you mean?
Bodies have been disturbed, sir.
Yes.
What?
There used to be something under his hands, but now it's empty.
He whispers something over to the other pale guard. The man with the rifle walks forward. Yeah, he looks in the crypt. Looks back at the other guard. Sir, the weapon is missing.
Yes.
The weapon?
Some sort of sword, probably. The shape of it.
There's also no telling how many other bodies have been disturbed in this crypt.
There might have been
It's
others.
pretty fricked up in here.
Bloody hell.
This place is beached.
This isn't good. As I try to burn time looking for something.
Do-do-do-do-do. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh man, if Bruford is here, he's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
gun.
Gun, 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 gun. Gimme, 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 gimme.
Spawn die, spawn die, spawn die.
This was.
Grabs gun. Now to get on a boat and leave.
Yeah, that's the reason why I got on that boat and left.
If only it just stuck around for a couple more weeks. A whole city full of people with guns.
Well, that's where I was going.
No, you were going where they sold black powder.
I see.
Oh well, yeah, close enough.
The body of Lucas. Then they then they have the weapon.
What weapon?
Yes.
What weapon? What do you mean?
They have Spike, voice of the magic.
Spike?
Yes, Spike, voice of the magic. It is a sentient weapon that is known to be given to each champion of Pelor. Each one is different in its creation, as each champion is different.
Well, that's unfortunate that it was stolen. Oh, who was the guy in the
They're
coffin?
all buried with their champions.
Where
Oh.
are the others buried?
Different places, as they have died in different cities or battlefields. They all get taken back to their home.
Can we try to open the other crypts that I found that didn't like that looked like it was recently opened?
Sure. The guards help you out. You guys look over the other two, and there's actually not much going on.
Oh,
seems
it's
like-
not the same.
It seems like the people who were looking for something found it on the third try.
Ah. Why are they looking for that weapon?
It is a very powerful weapon. Each one, like I said, is unique, and they each have their own properties, but they are all sentient, and they are all voiced by Pelor himself.
Perhaps you could answer me this. Why was this place not under better protection? Maybe magical protection?
It was.
Explain to me exactly what you had defending it.
They disarmed all the traps, it seems. Otherwise, you all would have died as soon as you walked in.
Magical traps?
What trap?
Yes. Unknown to the naked eye, you wouldn't have been able to see them. Unless you had true sight or some other magical meanings.
So the person who would have gotten in here before us would be someone proficient
Is
in
magical.
magical abilities.
For sure.
It must have been very powerful too.
We also have guards that are. Oh, by God.
Is there any chance that
Sir, the blood could be from gods that were slain down
there
here.
were guards that were murdered?
Oh, there's a god slain. Oh my.
There has been a missing god for quite a number of days, do you think? Yes. If this is true, then our guard down here could have been slain.
There's also a chance that that guard could have been one of the people desecrating this place.
I will not take the disrespect of the Pale God like this. Everyone in the God has been thoroughly searched head to toe when they enter. They are not the ones doing this.
Sir, does this city or the Pale Guard perhaps have any rivals or enemies?
And there was no body found in here.
Old enemies, of course. Rivalry since, the beginning of time, really. Ever since the founding of the Pale God by the Dorolers. Any number of people could have come in here.
But no body of this man has been found. He just has gone missing, correct?
Yes. We could not find his body. He's been missing for quite a while now.
Without a body, can you be certain he is dead?
If not, then it is extremely coincidental that he happened to be missing on his patrol night in this mausoleum. And there also happens to be blood on the walls. if he's not dead, then it's all very, very coincidental.
Hmm.
We will attempt a group ritual to try and contact the last champion of Pelor. See if she knows anything.
Are you gonna speak to the dead?
We will attempt to, yes.
What was the name of the last champion?
She was a half-elven ranger by the name of Exalina.
Oh. Sorry. I just got excited.
We will retire to the ritual room in the castle to see if you can contact her.
Can I help?
It's fine. We have this covered. Sorry.
Well,
Can we watch, please?
No outsiders are really allowed in the ritual room or many places in the castle, for that matter.
I'm a cleric, and this kind of thing is useful to me.
we have come a long way, and we have experience in this sort of thing.
You have spoken to the dead before.
No, but we have spoken to undead.
Undead, living dead.
Not really the same thing, but
We tried to speak. Well, I guess we did speak to a dead man once in a well. Oh no, I wasn't there. I heard of it.
That wasn't there.
Who?
Dead man in a well. Tried to grab our friend. I wasn't there yet.
Oh, he wasn't really dead.
Wasn't alive, that's for sure.
He doesn't count. Like, talking about fully dead people that aren't, like, talking to you, like, physically. They're just dead. Not undead. Dead.
Well,
Because I have no experience with that.
We have experience in killing a vampire lord.
we've
like-
seen things, many dark things.
The guards are, like, trying to tell you no in the nicest way possible because they don't want to be rude. They're just like,
Please allow us. This will be a learning experience.
Alright. We will keep a close eye on you.
We're not going to disturb you. Just here to see what happens.
Alright. Come with us.
We follow him.
You guys get out of the graveyard and take a
We close the crypt again.
yeah, about an hour and a half walk up to the beginning pathway to the castle, and it's about another 10 or 15 minutes walking all the way up the hill.
Holy cow, that's a big castle.
Yeah, you guys get to this beautiful, beautiful white stoned castle. It looks like it's in different from most castles, as it looks like it's in the shape of an L. You guys head in and follow the guards quickly over to the ritual chamber, where even a couple members of the royal family is sitting there. They just kind of introduce you guys and just say you're going to be just sitting over, against one of the walls, just kind of, looking at, just watching, pretty much.
Yeah. We'll be
Everyone nods their head. There's about, they tell you that there are 2 members of the royal family in the room to look over the event as just kind of, making sure everything goes okay. And there's also about, including the 2 Pale Guard that are with you, probably an additional 16 Pale Guard in the room. And out of all of them, there's 3 advanced Pale Guard members with like various firearms with them. Everyone sits in a circle around the room. One of the royal family members draws the necessary glyphs on the ground. Everyone, all the Pale Guard, they cross their arms on their chest in an X shape. They all bow their heads, and as a collective, they start humming. A very, very low tune hum, synchronized in its tune. To you guys, it looks really weird. But to them, I'll describe it, but you guys actually can't hear or see any of it. Like you just see people sitting around in a circle humming, and
Okay.
you're seeing them talk to nothing practically. So they all hum and try to contact Pelor. Just need to find the correct page here.
I'll be right back.
Uh-huh.
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 All right, yeah. Okay, so they're sitting chanting to the Dawn Father himself as the Dawn Father answers their prayers and comes to them. And actually, you guys can see this because it actually appears to them. You can't hear anything that they talk to Vexalia about because it's all telepathy based. But Pelor actually appears to them in this circle of glyphs as like a smaller version of his avatar form. The avatar of the Dawn Father comes through, and he's wearing this beautiful white cloak over an intricate gold-plated armor. And where his head would be, instead you see there's a burning bright star. An almost featureless male head burns within the cornea, or the corona. Not the cornea. The corona. The Dawn Father speaks to them. What is it you bring me to this plane through the gate for? Dawn Father, we have a situation here. We need to talk to your champion. We, of course, apologize for this prayer at this hour. Do we have evidence that one of your champions, the third champion, Lucas Stark, he has been desecrated, his grave here in Whitestone? The voice of the magic has been stolen from him. It's very difficult. And as he's talking, the star gets brighter and it burns hotter as his voice rises in the room. A very difficult situation you have found yourselves in. And he looks over at the two members of the family sitting in the room. And how has House Stark not prevented this? The desecration of my champion. I knew I should have took his body to Elysium with me, but you wouldn't let me. You defied the Dawn Father again and again to keep your family sitting on this plane of existence. My champion and his blade should be at home, here on my plane. Dawnfather, sorry. I'm very sorry about this. It's just, we just wanted to keep our family here. I'm sure you did, Captain. And so now, yeah, the star kind of cools off a little bit. And now it has been stolen. Right from under your noses. What will you do to get it back? Do we know who stole it and why? No. We have it on good authority, though, that maybe one of the resurgent cults took it. We have been embroiled with these two cults for centuries now. This is a problem for House Stark, I believe. I will allow you to talk to Vexalia. No more, though. You can get your answers you seek from her. House Stark, I do not hate you. Bear that in mind. I just wish you would have allowed me the chance to take my champion with me. For stuff like this would not happen. If you believe it to be the cults, then do your best to get the sword back. Please, rethink allowing me to at least take the sword. We do not need these weapons in the wrong hands. Oh, of course, Dawnfather. We will, of course, have a meeting over it after we find it. Very well. If you need anything else, then of course I will be at the call if it is important. But please don't make it a habit. I would like to stay at home for once. And the avatar Pelor just explodes in this beautiful, bright, white light.
Ooh, you got a god mad.
For the next 30 minutes or so, it is dead quiet in the room as they contact the champion, the 6th champion of Pelor.
6.
There have been 5 previous. There have been 6 champions. All of them are currently deceased. Pelor is the from your understanding of like prime gods. Currently, Pelor is the only one that doesn't have a champion that's alive.
Oh.
All the other prime gods have their champions, except for Pelor. He has not found anyone that is he hasn't found anyone worthy enough, and they haven't passed his test. Yeah. So yeah, for the next 30 minutes, you guys just watch as they contact Pelor's last known champion. They come out of their meditative stance as the glyphs light up this bright blue color and then disappear into thin air. As the captain of the guard stands up and starts kind of giving orders out to everyone. I want the city searched up and down. The champion believes it to be one of the cults. Whether it's both, we don't know, but it's definitely one of them. She has told us that we need to be very careful, as as they are dangerous, and that there is a lingering evil that walks amongst Whitestone. Be ever vigilant. People are quick to forget the lessons of the past. This is one of our commandments as followers of Templar. Remember this. They all stand up straight, put one arm over their chest, and kind of like a half X, and like clutching their fist and bow to the captain. Yes, Captain. All of them in unison as they all walk out of the ritual chamber, leaving only the one guard you spoke to before you entered the mausoleum, and the captain and the two members of the royal family. The guard with the studded leather, the one that was talking to you beforehand, he looks over to you guys. Be vigilant. Be very careful in the city. Watch yourselves. Danger lurks around every corner now.
Did
Do you guys say anything to him?
was it over the ritual to call
Yes.
Messiah? Well, we didn't learn anything from it really. I mean, I learned the ritual to speak to the dead, which is good.
In fact, we got to communicate with a god, and we got to witness it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
seeing a god angry is scary. I don't know. Like, I guess we're gonna go now. It's pretty late in the night.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go.
Alright, we're
And,
gonna go now.
well, Oh, sorry, what?
That's pretty much what's going on. Alright, guys. Well, we're gonna go. Bye.
If there's any other progress that's been made, please don't hesitate to call for us.
Well, thanks for letting us see a god. I guess we're gonna go along now. It's getting late. Time for
You'll be
sleep.
in our- It'll be in our thoughts.
before I go, I just want to apologize for detecting your glyph. Yeah, that's what I do.
We will be reactivating it soon.
And I am sorry for shooting at it. It's not the first time I've prematurely exploded.
Alright, I will gladly escort you out. Now, you guys take your leave, exiting the ritual chamber, and him escorting you back outside as you guys walk back down the hill and enter the main city, Whitestone.
We go back to the Black Trident.
Alright.
Should we fill Irina and Ishmark in on our investigation?
We
I
should.
think we should fill them in over dinner. And drinks.
Yeah.
Jawohl, we still have potatoes and meat.
Are you suggesting vodka?
What is this vodka?
It's
It's like the,
It is made from
the strongest
potato.
in the... is there vodka in D&D?
probably. It's pretty simple.
Then we will have all the vodka.
Hey DM, is there vodka?
No vodka. I mean, there's some like equivalents to vodka. Vodka.
Let's ask for some potato juice.
Fermented potato juice.
Got any old potatoes laying around? was so dumb.
So you guys just kind of take the equivalent of what vodka is here.
Except for Kurg. Kurg drinks water.
Okay.
I don't drink.
You're a lightweight. That's sad. Very sad.
It is just not my sort of thing, friend.
But
Mhm.
you're always allowed in my house. But just remember, just take off your shoes.
Everyone that drinks, everyone that drinks, go ahead. They go ahead and have their fill for the night. It's probably around 9:30 now.
Side comment,
What would
do
you
you
guys
think
like
Destiny 2 will have Xur again?
Yes.
I wonder where, what, how.
Do you guys go? Do you guys sleep for the night, or is there something else you like to do?
Yeah. We rest for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Spells.
Yeah, if you're missing any spells or anything like that, go ahead and get them back and all of your hit points and half your hit die.
And in the morning, we scry.
So as you guys wake up, everyone roll me a d20 actually first. Except Prax. I know, you know what, Prax can too actually.
A D20.
It'll be funny.
Funny haha or funny oh god oh god?
Haha for Prax.
Whoops. Sorry. Oh, wait, did I roll it properly? Yeah.
Bad rolls, guys. Bad rolls.
I think I got the highest roll out of all of us.
It's gonna go so bad.
Do we all have nightmares?
Prax, you awaken from a dream-like state that you saw yourself on the battlefield, fighting hordes and hordes of these like hulking orc figures. You don't witness the whole battle, but in like an instant you are victorious above them, and you stand on this big stone that you can look down upon them in their defeat. And you raise your sword high above your head, and you can just hear this like non-existent crowd chanting your name. Tarani, you wake up in kind of a cold sweat from a very rough night of
It's a vision.
Maybe it's hard to discern between dreams and visions. It might be a vision. You see, like, you come back to your home, but it's not a peaceful sight. It's an invasion. You can't tell who is invading. It's just faceless enemies among the crowd, slaughtering many of the Elven Guard currently stationed there, as they just tear through to the glade pools and taking over the portal. and making it their own. Your family is helpless to stop it, as the army is just too much, outnumbering the elves there. So Janus, you you have a interesting dream. You awake from a not so much dream or nightmare, but this weird unconscious space where you are consumed by darkness. And you fear it for only a couple seconds before you realize you know what this is. You've been consumed by this darkness before in your dreamlike state, or in your unconscious state. As you're enveloped in the darkness, there is a there's a deep, haunting voice that calls out to you in the distance. Just wait for your sheet.
Hey, Eric.
You.
Yeah.
Please make a serious alert.
You are called out by. You're called out by your master. The great old one has returned to your thoughts after a long absence. So, Janus, you have returned yet again. You obviously can't talk during this period because you're unconscious. You're just kind of there. He's just kind of talking to you. You have returned. It's been a very long time since your thoughts have lingered upon me. You seek something. Guidance. More power. A link. I grant you many things through our pact. I don't know what you seek, but I'm always here to talk. To give you what you yearn for. To take down your enemies. Remember, I'm always in your thoughts. Come to the darkness when you wish to speak. And just like that, the dark void of Cthulhu's home breaks from your mind as the light returns to your thoughts as you wake up. Kurg,
Mm-hmm.
your mind is indifferent. You neither have a wonderful dream nor a terrible nightmare. You just have these running thoughts, just these just like running thoughts of your life, like good and bad. Good and bad. Nothing too out there. Just normal stuff that people think about.
Normal things.
You wake up-
normal half-work things.
Yeah, you wake up pretty peaceful about your night's sleep. You dream about your parents. You dream about the good times. You dream about the bad times. And I really hate to do this, but that's going to end our session early tonight.
I
I